50 years ago, the Reverend John Van Horn spoke these words at the beginning of a new ministry called Rest Haven. This place shall be the scene of the continuous unfolding of the purposes of God in the ministry of mercy. From this small beginning, the calls for enlargement and amplification will be many. This beginning was the fulfillment of a need expressed by the deacons of Second Christian Reformed Church of Inglewood in 1953. Since that historic moment, we have spent 50 years working to fulfill that call. The ministry that started in Palos Heights was an answer to years of prayer from families who longed for Christian nursing care. Then, in the 60s, we merged with Holland Home in Roseland. Their retirement home had begun back in 1914, and now the two ministries were one. That community flourished, and soon we had to build a larger Holland Home in South Holland. The need for nursing care also expanded, and a few years later we responded again, building Rest Haven South, our second nursing home located in South Holland. In the 70s, a growing waiting list for retirement housing required a creative response. In Crete, we transformed a hotel into a Christian community known as Village Woods. Then in Downers Grove, we responded to serve our West Side constituents' needs by converting an existing facility into Rest Haven West. We later added Saratoga Grove to meet the need for retirement and assisted living in Downers Grove. Each such expansion in our ministry was a response to an expressed need. In the 1990s, we added home-based services through Providence Home Healthcare and various rehabilitation options. Over these 50 years, we followed God's leading. In Michigan, we developed a full continuum of care by adding Haven Park, Royal Park Place, and Royal Atrium Inn. In the southwestern suburbs of Chicago, God opened up an opportunity to develop a new campus in Homer Glen called Victorian Village. And in Grand Rapids, we were again called upon to help Emerald Meadows become a truly Christian ministry. Today, our response to God's call also includes hospice care. By God's grace, we've always stood ready to respond, creatively and compassionately, to manage the needs we see. 2 years ago, we adopted a new name, which has positioned us well for future growth into new types of ministry, including our first life care community, Park Place of Elmhurst. And a new type of nursing home that resembles an individual's residence. We're also planning for our first supportive living residence in Crete. In all of our growth, one thing has been clear. God has called us to this ministry, and His people have responded. Those prophetic words of Reverend Van Horn still ring in our ears today. While tens of thousands have been blessed by this ministry, it's also true that the needs now are greater than they were at the beginning. The need for a Christian testimony of God's love continues to propel us forward. The call for enlargement and amplification, first proclaimed in 1959, is still being answered today. Trusting in God's faithfulness and in partnership with the Christian community, we look forward to the next 50 years of ministry in the name of Jesus Christ. Providence Life Services, with you, for you.